If leg day was yesterday and now you're wondering why toilets are so damn low, you are definitely old school. If you're the only athlete at your gym that knows there's a contest today and it's to see who trains the hardest, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2020. Brought to you by Species Nutrition and Old School Bodybuilding Clothing. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is a good friend of the show and a good friend of mine. He's won pretty much every title in the men's physique division except that Olympia, and I know he's going to be shooting for it this year for sure. Andre Ferguson, welcome back to the show.
Going on?
Off camera, I said to you, Andre, you're looking like Kimbo Slice. What's with the no shaving thing you got going on there?
It's the prep beard, dude. It's the prep beard.
I think you're like Dexter Jackson. I said, Dexter, you like to grow that beard out, so you look like an old man and no one really takes you seriously, and then you show up at the show all clean shaven and looking like the Blade,
Well, I know he'll be in top 5 as usual.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's if at 51 years old, dude. Remarkable.
Now, you've won everything in men's physique. I mean, you have been very confident about your accolades and the achievements that you made. But for one reason or another, you've always missed that Olympia title. For injuries, one time you had, another time it was you were a little off. What do you got to do this year to take home that Olympia title? I know one of your very good friends, Ray Edmonds, now has the title. You already knocked Brandon off, his pedestal. But how do you win this Olympia title to add it to your resume so you can solidify yourself as a true icon in the men's physique division?
I just got to come in with the round pop, Dave. That's the shows where I didn't win, I was just missing the fullness, so the roundness. They tell me I need the Arnold pop. Come with the Arnold pop, nobody beats you.
Yeah, you looked amazing at the Arnold. And you know what? Ray Edmonds, I guess, advantage over you in one sense is that he's a lot taller than you, okay? Your advantage over him is that you seem to have a little bit more completeness to your physique because of the fact that obviously, you're more compact than he is. So at both of your bests, who wins and why? That's the question.
I feel at my best, nobody beats me. I've proved that. Mm-hmm. When I'm on 100, even if everybody else is at 100, I win.
Yeah.
You got to catch me slipping to beat me. You got to hope I'm slipping.
Right. You beat Ray before, several times.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
When you guys, obviously, I know you guys are friends, but I mean, and that's obviously the rivalry is friendly, but at the same time, when you get on that Olympia stage, the gloves, it's a fist fight.
We're both there to win, but at the end of the day, our friendship has nothing to do with what's going on the stage. So It doesn't matter who wins and who doesn't. The friendship ain't going to change.
Right. But I know you want to win really bad.
Oh, yeah. This one's mine, Dave, man. It's nothing personal, dude. It's not. It's just, look, people want it bad. Everybody had their turn to rock the mic. I haven't had my turn to rock the mic yet, Dave. I just wanted a little bit more than them. Like, I'm not saying they don't want it. I'm not saying that at all, but, this one's mine.
Aside from Jeremy Buendia, who kind of had a little bit of a dynasty going there, winning a couple of years in a row, no one really has been able to hold that title very consistently, which for one reason or another, happens to do with how people are showing up. Why do you think it's been difficult for one man to hold that title for a very long time? Is the look changing too much, or is it just that physiques have been improving?
Honestly, Dave, it was who was the best on that day.
Yeah, but in bodybuilding, you see the same guy winning, successive times. You see it in almost every division except men's physique.
Dave, in the reality of men's physique, I've been dominating. The only show I haven't won is the Olympia. Besides that, I've dominated. I've won the Arnold 3 years in a row, and those guys were at the show.
Yeah. So you think you think if you win the Olympia, that would solidify you and put you in that driver's seat, so to speak?
I feel I'm already in the driver's seat, Dave.
Now, is Jeremy Buendia confirmed coming back?
Nah, he's retired, bro.
Okay.
He's retired.
You don't think he'll ever come back?
Well, that's up to him, man. That's up to him.
Do you think you guys have passed him by?
It's not even that we've passed him by. Yeah, we have, but the look has changed. That's no longer the standard what he was.
Yeah.
He was the standard. He no longer is the standard. That's all it is, Dave.
Yeah.
It's not a knock against him. It just evolved.
Gotcha.
At one point, Frank Zane was the standard. He's no longer the standard.
True. Now, I know you like to compete a lot during the year. Obviously, you didn't have that ability to do that this year because there was so many shows canceled. Is that a positive for you or is that a negative for you? You know, is it more rest or is it less, you know, is it not good?
I still did the Arnold in Tampa.
No, I know you did, but I'm saying usually you like to compete, you know, 3, 4, 5 times sometimes.
I would have done more. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you would have
done more. My body feels good, Dave. So the rest, I guess, I could say was good.
Okay.
Like my body, I don't feel tired during this prep. I'm not drawn out. Like it's pretty much been, we just executing.
Right.
Just executing.
But you're like almost like the Flex Wheeler of the men's physique division because you got the great physique. You're not afraid to get out there and compete multiple times a year, despite the fact that you've won, you know, all the big shows. And you know, I think that's something refreshing in today's, you know, era. And I've talked to a lot of competitors about this. Dexter Jackson even said it to me earlier today that these guys just don't want to compete anymore. You know, they win one big show and then you don't see them the whole year again.
But Dave, let me give you the flip side of that. The competitors have animosity towards me because of that shit.
Well, why? Are they jealous that you can peak yourself over and over and over again?
Yeah, because people feel like you did like. I'm supposed to give them a turn. Like, oh, Dre's not giving us a turn. Like, oh, he's not giving other people a chance. And I just don't get that train of thought, Dave, because in sports, there's no such thing as being greedy in sports.
Nope. This is the professional ranks. You know, if you can win every show of the year, then great, you know?
And that's another thing, Dave. Like, people act like, oh, well, you haven't won the Olympia, so you can't say nothing. This is a professional league. All of them count, Dave. I have 16 wins.
Do you have the most wins?
Yeah, but by double. The next person's at 8.
So you could be you could really be the Dexter Jackson of the men's physique division when it's all said and done. Dexter has 29 pro wins.
It'll be hard to catch the 16 right now, Dave.
Right. But I'm just saying, if you keep going at your pace for the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah. And look, it's funny, right? Because I made a joke. I was like, yeah, well, I'm probably never going to catch Dexter, but I'm going to chase him anyway. And then come to find out, Ashley Kaltwasser got 22, dude.
Oh, she does? I didn't realize that. Wow.
22, dude.
She's been competing a lot also this year, I've noticed, yeah. And she's got 3 Olympias, too, you know.
I was like, yeah, 3 Olympias when she was like 25.
Yeah.
So, I think, Dave, honestly, it's just the one show's been elusive. It's not like I don't have the goods. People like try to pretend like if, Dave, am I supposed to not think I'm good?
No, I think confidence is a very important thing. You know, you asked Jay Cutler when he was competing who's going to win the Olympia. You couldn't even get the words out, and he said me. You know. So. But
Dave, I'm not pipe dreaming neither. I have a reason to feel this way.
Well, you've beaten everyone up there, exactly.
So I don't like. It's like everyone thinks I'm arrogant because I'm defending myself when somebody says something. And I go, okay, well, if you want to go to the numbers, we can go to the numbers. I don't play. Dave, I'm not going to speak in speculation. I'm only going to tell you facts.
Right. So why do you think it has been that you haven't? Is it bad luck, or you think you've mentally not been ready to win the Olympia?
No, Dave, you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
Like for the Olympia, for some reason, I be playing it conservative.
Really? You're afraid to play it on the line, huh?
Like even for this one, instead of like doing my regular load that I do, I kept it clean with the steak and the rice, and it just doesn't give me the full pop, Dave. It doesn't fill me out like I'm not saying I'm super flat on the stage, but Dave, you know I'm known for the roundness. And
So
I
what do
can
you
walk
do?
around like
What do you do? Like McDonald's? How do you load?
that's exactly what I load with.
That's my secret too. I tell everyone McDonald's burgers and fries.
I don't tell people what I load with though. That part I don't tell people. But and then in the morning, dude, he makes me usually he makes me smoke the breakfast buffet. So
Yeah.
I'll be the dude waiting at 5 a.m. for the door to open, and he's gonna make me eat everything.
Pancakes and eggs are the best way to load. Also, the morning of the show, I used to always do that.
But no, like I'm eating everything, Dave. I'm eating bacon. I'm
Oh,
drinking
really?
orange juice. I'm doing it because that's the only meal I'm gonna eat for the whole day. Then.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
So like the way my body works is all I gotta do is load it up heavy and then not eat anymore.
Interesting. Okay. So you
Like
digest the food and all that grease and
some people have to consistently eat a little at a time.
Yeah.
I'm better off just loading it up, load the tank up all the way, let it digest, and you're good.
It's wonderful to have good genetics like that. Yeah. But you know what? If you don't do that, like you said, you come in flat, you lose some of your wow.
Yeah, and Dave, that's how I win.
Yeah.
Everyone has the thing about them, their quality about them that puts them over gives them their it.
Yeah.
My it is the roundness and the fullness
Right.
and then beautiful lines.
Well, if you know what works, you can't change the game plan just because it's the Olympia. That's foolish almost.
Yeah, and then we went back into the Arnold, then we did the same thing again, and then we're like, look, we're nailing the look. We're nailing the look every year here, dude.
Right. Okay.
We know what we got to do.
Maybe the Arnold has a better breakfast buffet. That's what it is.
Dude, I don't know what it is about that show. I just love that show.
You got to go to Waffle
and look,
House. You got to hit Waffle
and
House.
look-
I think that's the key.
And I'm speaking into existence, Dave. After I win the Olympia, I will be back at the Arnold again.
That's great. I love the fact that you're not afraid to compete. I think it's awesome.
Dave, I've done over 30 pro shows. I don't fear anybody on any stage. So why not mix it up?
I'd like to see you like next year. If you win the Olympia this year, I'd like to see next year you do every single pro show.
I would do that, but they would hate me for it. They would hate
Imagine
me
you
for
won
it.
every
And
pro show. How funny would that be?
And the crazy thing is, because Dave, you know, I be winning shows natty and all that, so I can come off cycle and still win shows. Like I have 4 natty wins in IFB.
Do you really?
Yeah.
True.
So to me, I can achieve almost the same exact look natty, Dave. It takes longer. There's no recovery.
Right.
You feel like you got hit by a truck every morning.
Yeah.
And all it is, I just look a little bit smaller, like
Right.
not as much volume, but I'm still gonna have the same look.
Yeah, your waist is smaller. I bet when you're on nothing.
Yes, truth. Truth.
I love talking to you, Andre. I always have a fun with this. And you know what? You're gonna be coming down early, or you what are you flying in?
I'm supposed to fly in on Wednesday, and then today I was just thinking today, like George was telling me that he's getting there Monday, and I'm like, because I live in the Virgin Islands, right?
Oh no, I didn't know that. When did you move there?
Since April, since COVID hit.
Oh really? You took off. You left the U.S., huh?
Chuck deuces, bro. Like
What's in the Virgin Islands? First of all.
All right, well, I work here for Manitos, so I get paid to be here. And then like what happened was, so COVID hit, and he was like, yo, dude, we've been out here for a couple months already. The gyms are still up and running. You can come out here and you don't have to stop prep at all.
Oh wow, interesting. I didn't even know that.
So once I came out here, I came for the first time for like 2 weeks. Then I went home for like a week. Then I came back for like 3 weeks, went home for a week, and then I've been here since.
Well, what's there not to like about the Virgin Islands? I mean, who would want to leave there?
I was at the beach this morning, Dave.
That's awesome.
But what I was saying is that, so I'm thinking like, George is saying he's getting out there on Monday. Dude, it's a 2-hour flight from where I am. And I'm like, yo, maybe I might just end up just shooting out there on Monday instead of Wednesday.
Right. You might, hey, why not? Head over to Orlando a little early, get yourself all settled in. Knowing you'll probably be at Disneyland or something like that, fucking around over there.
I am going to Disneyland on Sunday with the kids.
Are you really?
Yeah, hell yeah, we're going to Disneyland with the kids.
How many kids you got?
But,
how many kids you got?
2, 10 and 3.
Oh, I didn't know you had such a young one too. 3 years old. You're like me. Holy mackerel.
She's a nut job, dude. She's a nut job.
Where do they live?
New York.
Oh, okay. So they're going to meet you down in Florida?
Uh-huh. And then I'm going back home. And then I'm going to go back home after the show.
Oh, okay. All right. Good for you. You got it all laid out. You know,
Yeah.
you know we love you. We show you lots of love. I hope. Look, I really hope you win the Olympia. I've been waiting for.
I know, Dave, man. You've been one of the guys that have been rooting for me forever, Dave.
I
Like,
predict
tell
you're going to
people-
win every year. So you got to prove me right now. Come on.
Yo, Dave, not for nothing, but I tell people, yo, like when I win shows, I don't think about myself. I say we. And the reason why I say we is because it's a big machine around me.
Yeah.
And yo, like people like you, Dave, like even from the beginning, you're like, yo, dude, when are you gonna stop playing around and actually like beat these guys? Like you're winning shows and you're playing around.
Exactly. Well, you look. I remember when you used to come to the RXMuscle studios in New York, and I mean, you were like, it was like a joke to you, the whole thing, and you were just, it was like a hot body contest. You were treating it like, and I was like, when's this guy gonna get serious already? I mean, he's got serious potential, and then obviously, you know, the last couple of years, you've really, you know, you've gotten very serious about it, obviously.
Yeah.
You were like hanging out at I'm going to go hang out at this show this weekend and just kind of maybe jump in at the last minute. I'm like, what the fuck's... And this guy's winning shows and you're like throwing, I'm going to win this show, I'm going to win that show. And you weren't even, you were like laughing about the whole thing almost.
Because in the beginning, Dave, I tell people I started competing by accident. I always loved bodybuilding, but I wasn't like the actual me competing part.
Yeah.
Was accidental.
Yeah. We saw the potential there, but I knew that you weren't at your best. You could tell that you weren't peaked out. Now when you show up at a show, obviously you're dry and you're crazy. You know, it's like you're a different physique almost. And you predicted
I'm ready
it.
right now. Look, this is what Coach told me in the last check-in. Yo, dude, I don't even need you to push it to any further. I just need you to hold it to right where you're at till Thursday when I land, and we are going to nail this look.
All right. Well, if you guys are interested, we have a great rivalry. Andre Ferguson, Ray Edmonds, two good friends, but not on that Olympia stage. They're not, and for sure we're going to be treated to a nice battle up there.
And look, Dave, I'll call it now. We will be 1 and 2 again.
I believe it. I believe
Guaranteed.
it. I don't think anyone's close to you guys, to be honest with you.
It's dude, he looks really good.
Yeah.
Like really good. Like if you go look at his page right now, he looks really good.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I hope you win, just because you know what, you haven't had your chance to shine in the sun yet. But and I know we've been friends.
It's my turn to rock the mic, Dave. It's my turn to rock the mic.
All right, go shave that beard, and good luck with the flight out from the Virgin Islands, and bring home that Olympia title.
All right, brother. Sid,
All right.
Take it easy, brother.
All right, that's going to take us to the end of another episode of RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2020, brought to you by Species Nutrition and Old School Bodybuilding Clothing. I'm Dave Palumbo with Andre Ferguson. We'll see you next time.